Do you ever have those moments where you know exactly what you need to do and then you just don't do it?
It's not like in a forgot way.
No, no.
Yeah, it's like you're fully aware.
You've thought about it and you probably even planned it out.
We got a whole system for it.
And then poof, nothing,
The worst part is like you're watching yourself not do it.
right? You're literally in the room while it's not happening, watching it happen. Or you're literally watching it happen in the room while it's not happening. Which one is it? I don't know.
Why am I like this?
Today, we're talking about that deep gap between knowing and doing and why it keeps turning into the avoidance we all know. This is Angry on the Inside. I'm Jess.
And I'm Jeannine. We're both certified ADHD coaches, but this podcast isn't coaching.
It's not therapy and it's not medical advice.
It's real, honest conversations about being women with late diagnosed ADHD and everything that goes along with it.
Take what resonates and leave the rest. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of ADHD, because from the outside, it looks like you don't know what to do.
Or you don't care, or you're not trying, but that's not all that's happening.
No, because you do know. And, you might know, or you probably know better than everyone else. You've researched it, you've thought about it, you've replayed it in your head 5,000 times. You're on point with it. It's just not reflective on the outside.
It's not a knowledge problem.
No, it's not. It's a disconnect between knowing and doing. It's the loss of inertia between one and the other.
And that's the part people don't see because from the outside, it just looks like nothing's happening. Like how you said it earlier, it's like you're in the room watching it not happen, which is what makes it so frustrating because you're in it, aware of it, and still not moving.
The downside is not only are you watching yourself not do it, you are being mean to yourself about not doing it to the point that you no longer want to do it. When you give yourself your own pathological demand avoidance because you've told yourself to do it so many times that you get pissed off at yourself and you're like, then I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And when it turns on you, I don't know what's wrong with you, but
all joking aside, I do know there's actually something going on in my brain here. I know what's happening. And that is that my brain doesn't run on importance or order of importance. It runs on activation.
Something can be extremely important and still not activate you, like paying a bill, replying to an email, scheduling an appointment.
It's all important. None of it gives me any type of activation. My brain is not receiving that bump of dopamine. My brain is relying on that dopamine to initiate the action. I need that something that's going to make me get up and move.
There's no activation behind it, even when it matters. No. And if something isn't interesting or urgent or novel, it just doesn't happen.
The brain just doesn't get the signal. Yes, paying a bill can be urgent for me, but typically it's urgent when I've gotten a second or third notice, or I'm like, oh shit, the lights just flickered. Did I remember to pay the bill? That type of thing. That gives me urgency. The idea that I am on a limited amount of time or that I might get fined an additional amount, maybe that will help me move it along. But most of the time, unless there's something urgent, and when I say urgent, I mean close to emergency, it's just not going to happen unless there's something else that I don't want to do even more.
There is that, yes. But it is also frustrating.
This part feels, God, it feels ugh, ew.
All of that.
Feels yuck, shit. All that and a bag of chips, which I will not get up and go get because I won't go and get the food in my kitchen, but I will take the time to go ahead and order Uber Eats. It'll be here in 15 minutes.
Oh, so true.
But this part, it does feel the worst because it's not that you're unaware.
No, you're entirely aware. You're watching the clock. You know you're supposed to make that appointment, and you know, like, okay, office closes at 5. It's 2. I still have time. It's like 3:30. I should think about it. And then it's 5:01, and you can't make the call.
Like, shit. I was watching the clock until 4:50 and then was distracted by a 30-minute task that was supposed to be a 5-minute task. And now, where I was supposed to call, they're closed. It's still taking up space in your brain. Just glutton for punishment, I feel like sometimes. I know it's going to weigh on my brain. It's going to stress me out later thinking about the fact that I didn't get it done and that I need to do it tomorrow and trying to put into my phone all the different reminders and things that I'm going to ignore later. but I still do them. And it doesn't mean that they don't work. It takes energy and it's a cycle. I feel like we just love cycles as a whole.
So you've had those days where you like do everything, like the stuff that's been sitting on your do list for like 2 weeks. Suddenly you're like calling these people, ordering that thing, doing that, buying that. And you're like, oh, I finally tackled it. I can actually make a doctor's appointment when I need to make it.
I love days like that. I love those days where I get up and then suddenly I'm like, I do have the capacity to make 8 professional phone calls
Exactly.
and reply to 2 emails. I wish this was every day, but it's not. It's so not. But I do love those days.
But then that's the one too, where you finally make that phone call and the person's not there. So you have to leave a message and they call you back the next morning and you're like, damn, I'm not in the I had my window of opportunity. I'm not in the mood anymore. You need to cooperate with me, people.
Good times. So,
That's a way to think of it.
I mean, that is sarcasm. You know I'm being sarcastic, but you also know that you're sitting there wondering, why am I not doing this? It's just getting heavier in your brain. And the more you think about it, the less you want to do all the other things that you got to do.
Well, it's not just a task anymore. Now it's the pressure, right? It's like not a to-do list, it's a pressure list. And you just sit there and watch it.
Under pressure.
And there you go.
If you're going to end up with that song stuck in your head, choose your own adventure. You can go with Vanilla Ice or you can go with
Queen and David Bowie.
I was thinking David Bowie and I was going to say Queen and then I'm like, was it Queen or was it and I couldn't remember his name.
I don't know if it was actually Queen or Freddie Mercury.
There we go, Freddie Mercury. I was thinking Freddie Mercury did a solo on it, but I wasn't sure if it was the other way around where it was Queen and David Bowie. So
This is what happens. You're going to be thinking about it and now you're going to go Google it.
I'm totally going to Google that shit. It's taking a lot for me not to reach for my phone while we're talking. Now that we've got ourselves rolling down another rabbit hole, then we notice our nervous system is getting ready to join the party,
Yep, for sure.
right? Because things you're not doing start to feel like a threat.
Because that's not a choice. It just feels like one when you're in it. It doesn't matter if it's something small. You're suddenly under attack.
Yes, your brain is very much like, are you threatening me? Are you looking at me? What's going on?
Yeah.
And you're like, no. And your brain's like, I think you're looking for a fight.
Suddenly sending an email feels like a life or death situation.
Your brain starts stacking the task, the delay, the judgment, the consequence. For people who aren't very good at multitasking, for some reason, we're really good at stacking.
This is true. Very true. Then it's not just send that email.
No, it's send the email or confirm everything you think about yourself.
Which is a whole different, yeah. Just because you couldn't make the freaking appointment.
Let's talk about how this actually shows up.
You leave a message unread for days, even though it would take like 30 seconds to respond.
This is fact. You don't schedule the appointment, even though you thought about it like daily, nonstop for a week.
I guess it could be a text message. You avoid opening that email because you already feel behind.
Ooh, you power clean the entire kitchen instead of doing the one thing you actually need to do.
I know. And then at the end of the day,
you're trying to figure out what the fuck you did.
because you're exhausted.
How did I go from being on season 2 of Scrubs to being on season 6 in less than a day? Crazy.
Isn't that crazy? This really is when I start to turn on myself. It's like, this is ridiculous. Why can't you just do it? I'm lazy, I'm reliable. I'm never going to get it together no matter how old I am.
It can look like one thing, and you can imagine that everyone else can do it, and you can tell yourself that. But to be honest, even if it should be easy, it's not. It's not for us, and that's okay. We don't have to do it like everybody else.
But I think that's where it stops being about the task and it starts being about me, which is hard.
Yes, it is hard.
The
That's
voice
the
and
thing. There's one thing that I do know is that we are all so much more than that. It's hard for me to remember it for myself, but I'm absolutely sure it's true. It's hard for all of us to remember that we as ourselves are more than that. But we really are. We really, really are. It's figuring out what works for you and not for everyone else. Understanding that even if it works right now, it might not work later. And if we stop doing it because it stops working, if we figure out those tips and tricks that help us, don't work anymore, and we stop, we're not quitters. Not one of us intelligent people. They quit every frickin' day. They leave stuff behind every day. And for some reason, everybody told us we're not allowed to. But really, that's what holds us back.
Yeah.
None of us have a knowing what to do problem. We all know what needs to get frickin' done.
Well,
I really feel like This is where people get it wrong.
Yeah.
They think it's about motivation, willpower, discipline.
But it's not. Oral smart. You have a starting when it's not activating problem.
Those are not the same thing. And though this is very left of center, I know it's going to be, but I read this thing a few days ago. And then, of course, whenever anything's in any feed that you're on, then you see it 5 different times. It was one of those ones where the woman said, I was asked what I bring to the table. And she was like, I do this and that, and I take care of all of these things. And at the end, after sort of going over her duties, all of her invisible labor and all that stuff, she's like, I am the fucking table. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's true. A lot of us, we're the table.
Yeah. No,
We're
it's
the
very
ones
true.
holding everything up. If I can remember to do everybody else's stuff, and if I can remember to keep all the plates spinning, a couple of them might fall. I still think I'm ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Whether or not I'm going to let myself understand that or admit that to myself or accept that for myself, I know in my mind somewhere that that is true, that I'm keeping a lot of things going and I'm taking on a lot. And as a late diagnosed ADHD woman, I know that statistically, I'm the one that's carrying the emotional and mental load for a
Yeah.
lot of my household. That gives them capacity to be able to do things and remember to do their stuff and to get reminders. So I'm not here to take any shit off of anybody for missing something or not feeling up to doing something. It's okay if I don't have someone to go and do it for me, but I'm trying really hard to get away from any type of shame cycle that says that I'm a mess up or that I'm not good enough for not doing it. Because that's not true. It's a rhetoric that's just not true.
When you're in that loop, to like knock yourself out of it, that loop of I didn't do it, I'm a mess, and you're under pressure and you avoid doing something again. And it just can be like such a vicious cycle. It is. It's hard to kind of think your way out of it. But yeah, you definitely can for sure.
This isn't really about planning anymore.
Or awareness.
Sometimes the shift you need to make is finding a way to make it smaller. You can change your environment.
Your brain needs something to engage with, not just something to understand.
The engagement is important. What does make us feel engaged? We're participating. Sometimes the feeling of participating is also a push of dopamine, feeling like, yes, I am taking part of this, or yes, I need to be able to take part in this. That can help nudge you.
Yeah. And you still can't get yourself to do it.
You are not the only one,
It's not because you don't care.
and it's not because you're not trying.
Your brain doesn't move from knowing to doing the way you've been told to do things. That's the gap. That's where people with ADHD get stuck.
If this episode resonated for you, make sure to send it to the person you've been meaning to text back, call, or email.
Until next time, remember, you're not alone and you're not the only one who's angry on the inside.